God damn it. God damn it.
Okay, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's final watch party in our Beverly Hills Cop watch party series. I'm Zod Ryder, if this is your first time watching the channel. And along with me, I have Mads MamaBear and Bat Dan, or Bat Dan's Thoughts, whatever, whatever you want to call it. How you guys doing?
Not
Great.
too bad.
For those that want to watch this episode along with us, there's a link in the description where you can literally watch the episode on YouTube for free. I believe that it has French subtitles burned in that you can't turn off, but just ignore the French subtitles unless you're, like Mama Bear and you know French and you want to read the subtitles.
Do you actually know French, Mama Bear?
A bit. I'm not like fully conversational in it. I'm like that with a lot of languages, actually. What I remember from school is not like I said, enough to get by, but not be conversational.
And we all know that you're very, very conversational, Mads Mama Bear.
Only on here, actually.
Well, yeah, online you're very conversational. That's online does wonders for introverted people. They get to be extroverted when they're online.
Oh, exactly.
It's
Yep.
amazing, right? You bring out that inner.
That's it exactly. You get the social interaction that even introverts crave. I'm sorry, I'm breaking code here, but from the safety of my own bubble. So love it.
and there's Darth Plato in the chat, introverted. Okay, there you go. Well, okay, nothing wrong with that. Wow, I'm just. It's just exciting, to be about to watch something that I never thought personally this would ever get released or see the light of day. I read the script to it when the script had leaked online after the studio passed on the actual show. But this should be interesting because it's different from the movie we just got. And I mean, in this, Axel has a son instead of a daughter. So this will be interesting, and we'll talk a little bit about how we could put this in our head canon, because you kind of essentially have to be like, well, how does this fit into the continuity? Do you have to either choose this or choose the new movie, or can you somehow reconcile them both? But we'll talk about that after we watch the pilot. So if you want to watch the pilot with us, you can sync up. Again, the link is in the description. We've all got it on. I don't know if we could actually show the episode on the stream. So just to be safe, there's a link there so that you can watch it like you would any other thing. No, he's not. He's not in it, but it is. It was 2013, and oddly, Eddie Murphy pretty much looks and sounds almost exactly the same as he did in the new movie. So it's actually kind of jarring to watch this, because there's not much of a continuity difference between how he looks. So you could almost watch this and think, well, I don't know, maybe this is just like an alternative version of another sequel. But Bat Dan and Mama Bear, let me know when you are ready, and we will press play and we will get started. It's only an hour, so this will be a short be a short watch party. It's not going to be like the.
Well, I'm ready.
Same here.
Okay, we will press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pressing play now. You should be seeing the backdrop of a city and what looks like a crane or something in the background. I don't know. All right. Think of that suit, Mads MamaBear.
Hmm?
What do you think of that suit?
Turn that down just a notch. What was that?
What do you think of that suit? What do you think of that suit?
Honestly, the suits are on point. There's a couple of them, you expect to see Leon in.
Yeah.
Let's face it, if any one of the gang would be wearing a suit, it'd be him.
For real.
Oh my God. Don't ever mess with another mobster's girl. That's like the worst thing you could do.
Hey, we've seen enough movies to know what happens there. Right?
I mean, you shouldn't even have to see a movie to know that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's true.
Hold up. What, Grover? Grover?
Remember those shoes?
They were from the second one, right?
No, the shoes were from the new one, remember? The
I knew it. Percy Jackson's fans, that is Grover.
Yeah, I think I have U-turns turned off on my GPS.
Calculating.
no, wasn't Kevin Bacon.
Well, if it's Kevin Bacon, I don't think there's any headcanon that can connect it to the new one.
We're going to find the cop station.
And they say red cars get pulled over more than any other car.
What's up, Josh?
What up, Josh? Can't wait to stream together on Monday. X-Men Wolverine Origins. Long title.
Yeah, that's true, Darth Plato.
But I mean, they're different people though, so they're not going to be the exact same person.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know me and my dad are. I mean, we have some stuff in common, but we have different personalities. Thanks for the reminder, Josh. We'll definitely say something on Monday about that.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah. Gotta agree with you there too, Darth Plato.
Mhm. That would be about accurate.
Yeah, the acting's not that great, Darth Plato. I'm glad.
You guys noticed the Jeffrey reference, so that means that Jeffrey was still what they kept the idea of Jeffrey being the head of the Detroit Police Department.
Yeah, so that could be this could be connected then.
Could be. I don't know. Wow.
Oh my god, I feel bad for these employees.
I know. Takes after his dad. Hey, Max. No.
That's a good point, Darth Plato.
Yeah, 300%.
He does such a good job of playing a bad guy, but he's such a sweetheart in real life.
He's played some really good guys too. So, I guess because of his personality, you know.
Oh, he's a local boy. I've fed him before. He was actually a very loyal customer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you think he remembers you?
No, probably not. Other than probably as one of the jam ladies. No, not really.
Shoes, again, being used to expose a crime, just like in real life.
Mm-hmm. I like her.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. I don't feel like that one's as real.
Probably not, but it's nice and convenient. Sure you were.
Really, you're taking that many people hostage in front of that many, or taking people hostage in front of that many witnesses?
I'm going with big city theory. I've said it a number of times on the Gargoyles watch along. People who live in big cities miss a lot. That's why I think stuff like Gargoyles could only happen in a city like New York or Toronto or something like this.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Shoot him again for ruining the food. How long that took to make? That a girl? Oh my God. That's the couple in the second movie.
I don't know, but the couple seem like nice people, though.
Hmm.
And
Damn.
All right. Well, thoughts, Mama Bear?
I'm a little sad I didn't get beyond the pilot, actually.
I mean, it
I
definitely
mean,
looked like it was made on a TV budget, but yeah, I mean,
Brandon T. Jackson, who plays the son, it did start off a little rough, but he really got into the role by the end of it, you know. And I really got the feel for it. I would have loved to have seen more of this series.
it's definitely an oddity. I mean, I actually went back and researched and saw that, they were all kind of surprised that it got canceled.
Mm.
I think it was like an executive turned it down or something
Wouldn't have
based
to be by
on.
the name of Zaslav, would it?
I mean, it sounds like something you would do, like at the last minute kind of a thing,
Mm.
you know. So I don't know. Bat Dan, your thoughts?
I liked it. I think some of the acting felt a little weak at certain moments, but overall, I think it had a lot of potential. It's definitely a shame it got turned down. Could have really been. And I like that they had Eddie Murphy just in the pilot, but not in the whole thing. They like put him in there just enough to kind of give people that little push they needed, but they didn't overly rely on him. They let it really focus on the new characters.
And not only that, from what I heard, Eddie Murphy was going to appear in. I think it got approved for like 13 episodes, and Eddie Murphy was only going to be in like 6 of the 13 episodes. So he was going to
Oh,
he was going to make random appearances, but he wasn't really going to be like the main focus or anything like that. So
well, that's still more than I would have guessed. I thought at most he'd be in 2 more episodes. So
yeah, but I mean, overall, I feel like it does have to be in its own canon because of you can't really reconcile it with Axel F or any of the movies really because that part where they make Rosewood the mayor at the end.
Just
he stepped down.
Rosewood can't be the mayor and still be a private detective. That wouldn't
Mhm.
work.
Unless he quit being mayor, unless he was mayor, finished his term, and went back to being a detective.
Even then, I
yeah.
think he's still technically referred to as like former mayor in that case.
Yeah, you still have that respect.
Okay.
You still have that, like,
Yeah.
when you're in that political ecosystem, you still have that, those titles and all the things that comes with it. It's kind of, yeah, no, it would be very, very odd, and I think it would be very difficult for them to try to reconcile that if they were to somehow try to make it. And I mean, it doesn't, other than that, though, the fact that he has a son and he has a good relationship with his son doesn't negate anything that we saw in Axel F. It just
Mm.
doesn't.
Uh,
I don't know.
I
Weird that
honestly,
brothers.
I'll say it. I actually prefer the relationship he had with the kid in the TV series over the movie.
I agree, 100%. Because why is it that they always have to make these legacy characters be
Deadbeat fathers,
yeah, like deadbeat fathers, bad mothers, estranged
right?
relationships? Why do they always have to do that? That's one of the I think that's one of the strong aspects of this pilot, that we actually got to see a father-son relationship that was not strained. We
Yeah.
actually they were, they actually enjoy being around each other. They're actually it was, and to me, I kind of feel like he could have had that kind of relationship with his daughter. They didn't have to write it like that. I don't understand why, it always seems like that, that needs to be the case, and it's got to be this, plot point of basically, we're estranged and now we have to repair that relationship, and there has to
Better
be some.
drama.
Yeah, but I mean, you still could have had a good relationship with him and his daughter. The movie still could have been just as good. But the idea that this pilot sets up them being, you know good, good, and and having
Hmm.
a good relationship, it just makes it so counter. It's so hard to, like, it would be hard for me to reconcile the two just based on that alone.
Yeah, that makes sense though. I mean, I think too, especially like in a movie, you have more time to like resolve it, whereas in the pilot, you don't have time to give them an estranged relationship, especially with the fact that Axel F was just going to be a supporting character, not a main character, whereas in Axel F, he's the main character still. But yeah, I do agree. It's definitely a little cliched, but again, they probably did it because they felt like it would be better drama, better for give them, more of a story, they thought. But yeah, I can agree. It was nice seeing them actually get along and not seeing them hate each other.
It's a little more than cliche. It's a
Straight up
whole
trope.
stereotype
It's a
when
it's
it
a
comes to
stere-
that community.
it's a straight up trope at this point.
Yeah, it is that stereotype. Oh yeah, he went out for milk and never saw the kid again. No.
Yeah. Whereas here, you can tell that they had a really good father-son
Mhm.
relationship. You can tell it's not. It's not.
They had
And
they had playful banter back and forth as opposed to what we saw in the movie.
and not only that, they play off of each other very, very well. They
They
were
do.
that was good. I really liked their chemistry on screen as father and son. I thought that was cool.
It's almost like he relaxed a bit being around Eddie, and really started to get a feel for the character. I mean, I don't expect to have like a high level of acting or a whole 100% feel for the character in a pilot episode. I mean, anyone who's seen the Big Bang Theory pilot episode, I mean, that was yikes when it comes to acting. But they were still
Are you
getting a
talking
feel
about the
for the
unaired
characters at that
pilot?
point. Either
Where
one.
they had some other. Well, like, because there was one that didn't have Kaylee Cuoco, but had that other actress. Are you talking about that
Yeah,
one?
they where they had somebody that was going to be Leslie and Penny combined, and they did make the better choice of splitting the characters up.
See, what I wonder if they greenlight the series, would this still have been an unaired pilot? Would they still have redid the pilot? Because sometimes they do, like
I
with
don't.
Big Bang Theory.
I'm not sure because I don't know if they actually shot any additional episodes besides the pilot, and then they just decided not to go along with it, or if this was the only thing that got shot. That would be an interesting thing to learn. I don't know. I know that there were more episodes planned. There were scripts and everything, and like I said, they canceled it at the last minute. It was very abrupt. So
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That could have been a great series for him.
I wonder if Netflix could find a way to revive that series. I mean, obviously they couldn't make the pilot canon, but I don't know, maybe give like say that there were twins, that he had twins and that the brother they have a really good relationship with. I mean, just take out the part about Rosewood being mayor and
or maybe they could make it take place in the timeline after Axel F. So essentially, Rosewood could eventually become mayor of Beverly Hills, and you could sort of have that, and then have it be referenced that you know how's your brother, even though he was not mentioned in the movie. But if Netflix were to revive it and to make it into a series, and they wanted to bring his son back, they could essentially figure out a way to kind of do something to bridge the gap between that. In other words, like take elements from that pilot that we saw and just kind of flesh it out a little bit and make it make sense, for the timeline. They could do that. It's just like, it'd be interesting to see if Netflix decided to go in that direction rather than make another Beverly Hills Cop movie. To just say, hey, let's do a TV show. Let's see how this goes, and let's kind of take some of the ideas from the pilot. I don't know. Be interesting.
Earthplate already has the new hashtag out. Ever since
Approve.
Skycamp was,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, ever since Skycamp was selling, like people, it's like all these other things people want to sell to Netflix now. It's like,
Well,
mean,
it
Netflix
was a
is
good
like
idea.
and Netflix does have a habit of picking up canceled projects, like the Snyderverse when that's completed, and then Lucifer. So it's not out of the realm for Netflix to revive an old series.
Yeah,
And especially with Axel F, it's a popular IP now.
Yeah, it was actually, I think, what is it that came out that it was one of their highest watched movies in a while for opening weekend.
Oh wow!
I don't remember the exact numbers, but
Well, it did nostalgia right. Oh, sorry. Go on, Zod.
it's just weird. Like, they already got Beverly Hills Cop, control of it. So if they wanted to do a series, if anybody wanted to do a series, Netflix could do it. I mean, that's the way I'm looking at it. Like, if they see the value, they could and say, well, yeah, let's, instead of doing a movie, let's do a TV show. Let's bring back some of the characters that were in that pilot and try to make it all work. And I mean,
yeah,
I think
definitely
they
bring
could
the
do
sun
it.
back.
Yeah, they could definitely do that. I mean, I don't see why it couldn't work. Even again, they wouldn't be able to use this pilot, but they could take aspects of it for, So I don't know.
No, make it a half sibling. I don't know.
Yeah,
That
give
way
her-
you can explain why the one was in Detroit and the other one was in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Right, and
Good point.
one was the with the one is the child of the girl
The
from
theme
Beverly
park.
Beverly Hills Cop 3, and then the other one is whoever, he was with before Beverly
Yeah.
Hills Cop 3. So it's kind of like you can kind of, But no, but the one thing that they have both had in common is that he had issues with the mother in both of them. You notice that part?
Anyone who's been in who's tried being in like a marriage type relationship would kind of understand that.
Yeah, definitely.
I got no experience with that, but I could see Axel F having multiple marriage issues. He seems like the kind of guy who would go through multiple wives.
Might be picking from real life in that case, but
Yeah, I mean, trying to, trying to have art imitate life for sure.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, might as well.
I mean, we're not asking him to be on the Nick Cannon level of baby mamas, just to.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it sort of, it's just a really interesting dynamic and a really unique thing to be able to look at that pilot after seeing the movie that they ultimately ended up deciding to go with, because
I like both. Don't get me wrong. I like them actually fairly equally. I would have loved to have seen this utilized, though. Like I said, I really liked him in the role. That could have been a great series. I mean, it would tag the nostalgia crowd. It would also tag the cop show fan crowd.
Yeah, and like you were saying before, like you don't expect the characters to be fully fleshed out in the pilot episode. It would have taken a little while for him to get his footing and for it to become. But I think it would have eventually became something pretty. It had potential to eventually become something pretty great.
He was already getting noticeably comfortable in it towards the end of the episode.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, so I'm not. I definitely wouldn't have been opposed to it, and I think it's a show I would have watched had they continued with it.
Well, yeah.
Darth Plato, there's a bunch of One Punch Dan teasers and stuff I could play, but we're gonna do some One Punch Dan stuff in the future. There'll be plenty of streams for One Punch Dan, so you'll get to see a lot more coming up with that. I'm glad they skipped the series for the fourth film, and that's kind of where I'm at right now, and that's what I want to ask the two of you. Do you think it was a good idea to skip the series and do the fourth movie? Do you think that was a better decision, Mads?
I'm actually on the fence about it. Because this really could have had the potential of being like another How I Met Your Mother or, CSI, whatever, some sort of combination of it. This really had the potential of being something that could have lasted. You can already see the dynamics that would have played out well between the in-house lawyer, the motherly chief,
Yeah.
Plus having Billy Rosewood in, that's going to be a favorite on my aspect.
Yeah.
Okay, I think ultimately this could have made them, as a series, it could have made them more money than this movie did.
In the long run, too.
Yes.
Yeah. Overall. Because remember, this was a network TV show, not,
not a
Netflix
or anything.
or anything. Yeah, so it would have been, in the long run, especially if it was a hit.
Oh, yeah. And this would have definitely, just because of the name alone, it would have dragged into a lot of the boomer crowd between the fact it is a recognizable IP. It's something that was such a worldwide phenomena that people absolutely loved. And this did it just as respectfully as the movie did. And for those that I've seen online, nostalgia's not a bad thing. Stop complaining over stuff like that. I literally saw that.
Yeah, you've got to have. Well, the truth is, a lot of this stuff that's coming out now, you've got to have nostalgia
Well, yeah, no,
to sell these movies and these TV
no,
shows.
but I did
'cause
see
it's-
that though. I saw some people saying, "Oh, it was too nostalgic."
Oh boy, oh god. Well,
You're just looking for straws to. You're just looking for something to complain about.
those people won't be going to see Deadpool versus Wolverine then, or you know.
Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah,
One of
there'll be a lot
one
of
of the
mis-
channels I came across, I absolutely adore the creator. I just don't agree with that take.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. I think that's a bit of a weird take. What's up? Behold my dual shock. Good to see you. I hope you guys are doing wonderful and having a great Friday. Yeah, this is a unique situation here with this. Bat Dan, what do you think?
I definitely would have liked the series. I think the series would have had a lot more potential. I mean, now granted, I don't think they chose like the movie over the series. They got the movie because the series was canceled, but I mean, but I feel the series had a lot of potential to just had like better characters. I feel like a lot more interesting characters. Had like a good balance of Eddie Murphy while also relying on giving some of the new characters their time to shine, but also I agree, giving Axel a better relationship with his child. But the thing is, too, even if this series happened, they still could have done something like Axel F. Again, certain things would have had to be rewritten a little bit to make it flow better.
I was
But
just thinking that it could have led a lot better into Axel F.
yeah, I mean, you just
Into
have
a similar
Rosewood as the
Axel F
mayor.
story.
Yeah, just say he has a sister or whatever.
Or Rosewood is the mayor and Rosewood gets kidnapped. And the whole idea is, they gotta save the mayor. They gotta save Rosewood. I mean, they really could have built. I could see the kind of story that they could have built, and they could have even had Kevin Bacon in there, as the villain, if that's the direction they wanted to go, and
Hey,
but as a
he's
TV
a great
show, they could
villain.
have flushed it out better. Yeah,
But I
TV
think
show would have
TV
given them more time to flush it out.
Yeah, that's the thing with the TV show. TV show has a lot more time. They don't have to rush everything. They don't have to cram it all into 2 hours. And
Yeah.
it's such a shame
Yeah,
just seeing
it
this
really could
pilot
have played out something like. Sorry.
just seeing this pilot. It's a shame. There's so much potential. The supporting characters were great. The lead was great, and I'm sorry it's like Eddie Murphy even got him for this long because does Eddie Murphy do a lot of TV normally?
No.
Other than comedy specials, no. And even that's been a while. I can't see his comedy going well in this day and age. I'd love to see it. I mean, we've got an Eminem album. Let's go full offensive. Give Eddie Murphy a comedy special.
Yeah.
Let's see how many people we can trigger.
Oh boy, yep, not touching that one either.
I'm from the generation that don't give a damn.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah, more for me, it's just more of I'm from the younger generation, and it's not about my personal beliefs. It's more about if I say something someone doesn't like on YouTube, or if I say something on YouTube that someone doesn't like, then they track me down, they dox me, they message my employer, and it's all over for me.
Well, they can track me down, they can dox me. Come to my neighborhood. Majority of the people who will stand out like I literally actually did have a threat of somebody coming to my neighborhood, and yeah, they would have stood out like a sore thumb in this neighborhood. I do. Come to the hood. Come on.
Wow. Well, I mean, this conversation took a turn.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I am unfiltered too much of the time.
No, I love the fact that you're unfiltered. That's what's so great about it. That's why I always say I don't understand people that have issues with people who are unfiltered. At least you're getting honesty,
Oh, I promise you. Yeah, there is never a two-sided, two-faced thing with me. I do not have that energy.
Me either. This is a good question from Darth Plato. Would Taggart vote for Rosewood? Probably.
Probably they're buddies. I was
Unless
going
he
to
was
say
concerned,
homies, but it's not the right term.
unless he's concerned about Rosewood's mental state, because he has been with how quick he is to like guns and other big weapons.
I mean, come on. Well, who wouldn't vote for Mayor Rambo?
I mean, he would be awesome. Part of me would have liked to have seen more of the series like that, just to get to see, Rosewood as mayor doing crazy stuff. I actually think Rosewood being the mayor would have been a better plot point to carry over to Axel F
Yes.
than what they ended up doing with Rosewood in Axel F. I kind of feel like, if he's the mayor, Taggart's the chief of police,
I mean,
Rosewood's the mayor. That would have been awesome.
It's California. They've got the governor. Why not, Mayor Rambo Rosewood?
That would have been really cool. And then have them get kidnapped and have the story be, more about that. And then they're trying, and Axel and they're trying to find Billy, and they're doing all this stuff. And it's like he's the mayor, so he's being held for ransom. And there's all these crazy things going on. And Kevin Bacon is a more sadistic villain, behind the scenes. And there's a lot of things they could have did, I think. And now this is kind of reminding me of the shortcomings of the movie watching this pilot, because I'm thinking of all the things that they could have crammed in from this in that movie to make the movie a little bit better.
My biggest thing about the movies, other than I really wanted his laugh at some point in the movie, especially at that end scene. I wanted him and his daughter to have a better relationship off the bat. Yep. I didn't want that, stereotypical, estranged father, dad's the bad guy, she's full of angry hate, all of that. We've seen it too many times. It's played out.
It's definitely played out, and it's tiresome, and it was unfortunate that we had to see it there. But at the very least, they gave it some hope at the end. So if there's another movie or a TV show or whatever, then they'll probably have a better relationship. Hopefully they'll have ditched that crap by the next installment, because who needs it?
And her little
stupid drama.
Yeah, her speech at Kevin Bacon's character about how he, it's the thing that she loves and always drove her crazy about his focus when it comes to stuff. And yeah, you're right in the line of fire, that kind of stuff. That whole speech there, I loved that, because that was the daughter's love coming through. That she's a character that doesn't know how to express it properly.
Yeah.
She was clearly one of those, not a lovey-dovey, you're my daddy, whatever types, That's why I did like the character. I just wanted her a little less angry.
Yeah, because she was actually better and more fun towards the end of the film when she was a little less angry. Yeah. She was a much better character. It just, it gave her a little bit more to play with. It seems like it's constantly channeling that negative energy and those negative emotions. Yeah, it just makes her character bland and uninteresting, and that's unfortunate. Darth Plato says, have Rosewood forced to fire Taggart, then try to fix it. Yeah. That
or have Taggart come out of retirement for that.
Yeah. Or have Taggart come out of retirement because Billy was kidnapped and he needs Axel to help him save Billy, save the mayor,
Yeah.
I just think that would have been an awesome plot line for a movie. Or if it was done in a TV show, they could have, it would have been much more flushed out over several episodes. So
could still be a potential plot line for number 5.
Yeah, you never know. You never know what they'll do for the 5th one. that to me is just like fascinating that they even want to do a fifth one. But I mean, considering how popular this one is, it's
I wish it would do the TV series though, because I feel like that might be. It's a way to still cash in on the IP without it feeling like you don't want to do too many movies in a series. I feel like when you get like I always feel like things are good at a trilogy. When you get past that, it can be kind of dangerous. But that's why I think a series would be perfect because it's not trying to extend the movie series as much with a lot of repetitiveness, but still cashing in on the IP, the popularity of the IP.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
The cop spraying mace at Foley was really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had a lot of
Eddie's
his kids and their
daughters.
partners in the movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
his daughter.
His
was in
daughter,
it.
I think one of his sons was in there as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they really, he really hammed it up with his family in that one. Brought them in. But I just feel, I don't. So I mean, I guess we could say that the pilot was a missed opportunity to some degree, but also the fact that the pilot was pretty good, but then it was also there were things about it that were just standard cop drama TV kind of stuff. Really. I mean, I don't know. Would you say though that there was enough uniqueness in it to give it the longevity that it needed, or do you think it?
I do think so. I think it had enough to appeal to the cop drama crowd. I mean, my mom is one of those people, but it's unique enough that it's different enough from your standard cop dramas that it doesn't blend in with the rest of them, because that was my problem with her, because her and my stepdad, they watch all of those cop dramas, and eventually it just started looking like one big episode.
Yeah.
I can't really say for cop shows because the only cop show I watched was Lucifer, which was a cop show technically because
I recommend I recommend Bad Dan. I recommend you watching The Shield.
Okay, what's that?
The cop show, The Shield, from 2000. I believe it's from 2000 and I want to say 2003 or 2000 and with Michael Chiklis.
I've probably seen it.
Okay. It's Fox, so this could be on Disney Plus then.
Yeah, it's on Hulu, so it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, I have Hulu.
So yeah, I would highly recommend you checking out The Shield. Yeah, The Shield started in 2002. I think you'll like that show. I think you will. I've been binge watched the entire thing, and I just thought it was awesome. I think it's a show you'll really like. And Miami Vice, absolutely. Miami Vice, the greatest cop show of all time. Absolutely. I can't stress enough how great Miami Vice is with all the not only is it great with all like the 80s music and stuff, but the acting is really good in it too. Like it's high quality acting for a cop show. So Miami Vice is another one. So yeah, check out Miami Vice and the Shield. Both of those great shows. Great shows. Yep, Michael Chiklis and Walter Goggins. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, awesome stuff. But I don't know. I guess to wrap this up, we can give our ratings for Beverly Hills Cop, the TV pilot. I guess for me, I'd go 7 out of 10, just because I thought it was good. I thought it was okay, but I just didn't think it was. I didn't think it was like super great, but I saw the potential and wish that we did get a series. I think I would have preferred that we got a series at some point. And the fact that we got a series doesn't necessarily negate us getting other movies either at this point. So that's why I don't know. For me, it's a 7 out of 10. What about you, Mama Bear?
Yeah, I think a 7 sounds about right. 7.5. Solid show. It had enough to draw you in. It needed a little polishing, but that's fairly expected for a pilot. Like I said, I would have loved to have seen a whole series of this.
And you, Batman.
I would say a 7.89234568 out of 10.
Okay.
I think there's so much potential with this. Great characters, and plus the fact that this series wouldn't have been about Axel F. That would make it even easier to do a movie because it would just be a different character who's getting the starring role. So there was a lot of potential with this series, and I hope that Netflix finds a way to revive the series. Again, obviously not the pilot being exact canon, but something close to that at least.
And Darth Plato gives it a 6. Navigator Dan. So this concludes our watch party series for the Beverly Hills Cop movies. Mama Bear and I have something else cooking up for the near future with a future watch party series, hopefully. So we'll talk a little bit more about that when we know exactly what we're doing there. Bat Dan, what do you got coming up?
Next Monday and Tuesday, I got more X-Men reviews on Monday. Josh Sox and I will be reviewing Wolverine Origins, and we'll cover the Captain America Brave New World trailer as well. And then on Tuesday, Sox and I will be reviewing The Wolverine.
Okay. All right. And Mama Bear, what do you got coming up?
I'll try to keep this quick. Sundays, you can always find me with Makani Draws, usually around 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Mondays, I'm usually hanging out with the Kingdom of Nerds. And Tuesdays, you can catch me and Retro Nerd Girls Gargoyles Review. Beyond that, links are always on my community tab, and anything else I randomly pop onto, I usually put up there too.
All right, cool. As for me, I'm working overtime on the One Punch Dan movie, doing what I can on that. I got more castings to announce pretty soon. There'll be some more trailers, stuff coming up from that for that. There's more late night Q&As planned for the future, and as I said, there'll be some more watch parties. So, like Sin Havoc, who's in the chat, likes to say, stay tuned because we will, all definitely be back with more material. Thank you everybody in the chat for joining us for this Beverly Hills Cop series that we've done, and thank you Mama Bear and Bat Dan for joining me on the panel for us to actually watch and talk about these
this has been a blast.
Great
Anytime.
stuff. It's been a lot of fun, and it was definitely cool to just watch a very nice and fun series with no with no negativity. Just let's watch this and have a good time. It's definitely been great to do these. So, I was feeling kind of under the weather today, and I didn't really know how I was gonna be. I was like, oh man, I'm feeling like crap. But you know what? I'm like, these are always fun. We always have fun doing these kind of watch parties, and it always, you always end them with a smile. So at that point, plus, it's Mama Bear and Bat Dan. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, guys. We'll wrap this up, and you guys keep watching. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I'll see you next time.
Have a fantastic day.